Hi, welcome back to Crochet Creations and Addictions number 138. It's been a little bit because I didn't do a video last week, but I did do a live, so grab a cup, join me. I'll show you all my whips today. One finished object, which I did show on the live, so you might have seen it. That's okay. I'm proud of it, so I'm going to show it again. And then I had a visit from one of the customers, and they brought me some yarn, so I'd like to show it to you, share it with you. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't really opened the bag. I saw it, and I know that it's wool, but I didn't open it and feel it, so I figured I would share that experience with you guys. Regular Folgers with a little bit of hazelnut in there today. Nothing fancy. If you have been following along, then you will know that I had done the hat for February, and it was in this beautiful, see if I can do it without knocking it off, this beautiful Hayfield Spirit Chunky yarn. This is a really nice heavy 5 bulky, and it is 20% wool, and it is the let's see, the February yarn that is in the giveaway for the hats and more hats for February, and it has an Outlander themed little dragonfly handmade stitch marker on it. So if you are in the February drawing, maybe you'll win one. What I did with mine was I made the 529 Bag-O-Day crochet hat. You start at the brim and you work your way up. It is a 2 section repeat. You repeat 9 rows, I believe, and then you cinch the top. And it is really heavy. It came out really pretty with the stripe pattern. It is good for really cold days due to the fact it has some wool in it. So it's a nice yarn, and it showed the texture rather well. I put on a pom-pom, and this is a removable one. So I'm pretty proud of that one. That was a good choice, I do say. There's not a lot of yardage in this, so it's just enough to do this hat. I had like barely a few yards left, hardly any yardage left. So that is a completed object. So now let's go on to my whips. Okay, well, on the live, we started a crochet cowl. It is Outlander themed. Yep, it's all about Outlander in the spring. I don't know why. I do that occasionally. I think I'm getting ready for the new season, you know. But again, have Outlander yarn that I got from Lolo Did It. Last year I was in the subscription club, and it went from 21 into 22. So it wasn't all of 22. It was half in one year and half in the other. So it's been a while since it ended. And I didn't re-up any of her other ones yet. I may do that again. It's kind of fun to be in something where they're kind of, you know, like doing colors of the castles or whatever. They're, you know, I like historical stuff. So again, I'm doing a mystery cowl. So nobody else has the pattern yet. It is not that I don't want to give it out. It's just that I want to wait a little while before I give it out, because I'm going to use 3 yarns versus the pattern uses 4 yarns. And it may or may not be exactly done the way the pattern is. So let's have a little fun, do it our way, and then I'll give the pattern out later, and then you guys can do it your way. The first section was given out on Sunday, and that was 10 rows of rounds in the round. And there is my colorway. This one is an Outlander colorway. Look how it's pooling. Yeah, so you do 10 rows of this cowl in the round. So you're going to work in a tube like this. And these are just double crochet rows of 72 stitches. And then you're going to cut this yarn and you're going to start the second color and part 2. Now, I do know that it would be really cool if you took a big, say like a cake that changes color on its own, and just keep the same cake and just keep working the pattern through the sections with the color changing yarn. That would be fine. It would be different than mine. Yeah, and you wouldn't have to change, you know, you wouldn't have to cut the yarn at all. So then part 2 is coming up this Sunday. However, I may have to cancel and change part 2 to another Sunday. I don't know. I want to cancel, but there's a tournament going on, and I'm thinking about driving myself to it when it's, I don't know. I don't want to cancel the live, but I promised I would be there for Doug. So anyway, that's the part 2 is coming up. I'm not sure what day we will do that. Oh, and we're using a J-hook on that. So that is the start of that. And all 3 colors are all caked up and ready to go. And when I'm thinking about a 4th color and the gold, but I still haven't decided. I don't know. All right, so another of my whips is, and I showed this last time, and I did a lot on it. This one is a lavender chair sunburst mandala circular vest. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a circular vest for, say, 11-year-old. And so I thought, is there one out there? And there was, and I kind of liked this one better. Although this was done in a medium 4 weight. And I said, well, if I do it in a 3 weight and follow the pattern, I probably will come out with something more to my sizing. So this is done in a 3 weight. It is done in the Snuggly Wuggly in this gorgeous turquoise color. She wanted it to be a blue like this. This has plenty of yardage in to do one of these vests that is a 3 light, and it has 446 yards. So I'm not even going to have to buy another one, but I do have enough to make more of them. It is 100% acrylic, and I'm using an H hook. The off color, the variegated colorway, is Cozy Baby from Loops and Threads. And it is also a 3 light. And this has a little bit of polyester, polyamide, 30%. So it's really soft. And it gives it a little bit of interest by using the variegated. And I didn't use a lot of it. It's just here and there. So this is ready to finish up. This is the back where the mandala part is. And as you can see, we looked at using some color here and there, and I think that's enough of the color. but I'm going to add just a little bit more of it on the edges. So we have the armholes here for the vest, and then I'm going to do a little bit more of the come around the front of the body. I didn't put a stitch marker in there, and it's starting to pull out on me. Of course it is. Okay, back to regularly scheduled. Okay, so again, I will do the rest of the pattern. There's probably about 6 to 8 more rows to go, and then I want to do a little bit more of this color and finish it off. So you're gonna it'll come around the shoulder and close in the front. So I'm getting there. I'm almost done with it, and I do have to do a matching one for her 18-inch doll. So that should be fun. I'll just do a little one, Should be okay. And then I have another whip to show you that I haven't showed you yet. This one is, well, I got a little note from a friend that moved down south, and she says she's having her first grandchild, and she's so excited. And she's used to buying things from me. And did I have any, like, sport kind of patterns that I could make, like football or baseball or something like that? And of course, it's easy to do that and adapt your patterns and just add things that make it look like it's football, or maybe the themes of like team colors or what have you, like that. So I was glancing through a couple of my books first before I go crazy and make brown. I didn't want to make brown yet. Football themed, you know what I mean? So I remembered I had this one high top sneaker. So this high top sneaker is what I picked out to use to make this sneaker. Now, I have not made this one. I've made other high top sneakers before. And, you do them and it's okay, but it's like, I don't want to do that pattern again. I really didn't enjoy it. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. So there's like a zillion high top sneaker patterns out there that you could pick. But I have even been asked if I would do one on the live or do one, and I thought, I don't have one that I really like that I want to do, because it's complicated, or you can't quite see because it's so tiny and you can't show it on screen and you can't explain it as easy as something that maybe you could do a little easier. So I decided to start this without doing it on the live. And I think this one is going to be better. I think this one will be one that I'm going to be sharing with everyone else. So while we are here, I will show you how far I am. I picked out a white, just a, regular 4 white from Loops and Threads. I picked out a gray, just, scraps. You don't really need a lot. I picked out a blue. Okay, so I have all these that I've been thinking that I would do these sneakers with. Now you're going to say to me, those look like Dallas colors. Well, you know what? You're right. They do look like Dallas colors. So your bottom of your shoe is a double layer. So that is the double layer for the sole. And then you do the back, which is the high top part. And that's how far I am on this booty. So I'm going to guess that I'm going to like this, because so far I like it. All you have to do now is the foot part, and then the part that is actually the sneaker that makes the tie part, and then you're done. So I don't know. Maybe I'm going to like this one. It looks like I'm going to like it so far. So we'll see. I did both of these soles, and they are coming along. So maybe tonight I'll finish up these, and on Sunday I will be sharing them with you guys. So that is all the whips, I think. Yeah, I think that is. my other things that I have been working on is my scrap blanket, my Navajo blanket. I did put another row or two on that. And I haven't worked on anything with from the No Filter show. And we haven't had a chance to get together. Tournament time, I'm not going to have time to do anything with that. So I'm thinking I might send her a message and say, hey, you want to draw for, you know, a 6-week cuddle along, and then just post the winners on our channel. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe we'll fit it in. I don't know. But I don't have anything to really show her that I've done because I've been doing orders and stuff, and I just haven't had time to work on any of those items, and they are sitting around me in the living room, trust me. So I had a customer, I told you I had a customer stop in today, and she dropped off a bag of yarn. And I said to her, oh, you brought me yarn? And she said, yes, I did, because I cannot use wool. And I said, oh. And so she said, and I know that you can, whether you use it yourself or you use it with friends or whatever. I brought you some. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to open it until I get home and do it on camera, right? That's the way I do it. And this is see-through. So what we are going to do is feel this. Now I know that this is wool, so we're going to go ahead and share this together. And oh my gosh, is this ever woolly? This is toothy. It is really, really wool. I'm going to guess it's 100% wool before I even read it. But the more you work a wool, the more it feels softer and softer in your hands. Don't know why, but let's see if I can read anything on here. Okay, so there is this beautiful green. It is a Lopi yarn, Letta Lopi, made in Iceland. Oh my gosh. Isn't that something? Okay, these are smaller skeins, and they are all in a different language. Every single bit of it. It says 50 grams, 1.75 ounces, 100 meters, 109 yards, and that is all that I can read. Everything else pretty much is in another language. It doesn't say. Okay, so there is a section that says color farbe, F-A-R-B-E, shade. And that's all. So it's like a green, I don't know. It's very nice. It does not say anywhere the word wool or any percentage. So I don't know, but I still think it's 100% wool. I got 4 of them. So that's over 400 yards. And it does bite you. It's very, very woolly, very different. And I usually they say on them a knit. Oh, 4.5 millimeters. Okay, so it says 4.5 millimeters is the suggested needle size. So that's what they're going by. One of the ladies in the local yarn shop said that they don't go by standard weight sizes. They go by needle size, and then the person automatically thinks in their head so many stitches per inch when you look at the needle size. So I'm supposed to memorize that apparently. So that's the That's the way she taught me. She said, you got to do that, and then you will look at the yarn a little bit different, and I'm like, well, it does appear to be a little bit roving, yet that is between a 3 and a 4, so probably an Aran. Yeah, it's probably a 3 or a 4. They probably call it a light 4. But again, that's why they give you a needle size on there. It says hand wash in 30 degrees Celsius. No iron. No dryer. Lay flat. I mean, it just does it with the pictures, right? So that is kind of cool. And then we have some very different bulky style. Now these are Big Hanks, very big, and you can even see the waves and the squishiness of this. This is very squishy. This is called Roses for You. It's a perfect one for February, for Valentine's. It is hand-dyed fibers. It's by Hand-Dyed Spun Yarns, Baines Spinning Wheels, handcrafted accessories. Hand-dyed yarn by Susan, made from Uruguayan Corriedale, approximately 8 WPI, which I'm not sure what that means. It's 5-ounce skeins, 130 yards in a skein. Needle size is 10.5. Gauge is 3 to 3.5 stitches per inch. And this range is about $17 a hank, according to this label. And that is definitely a 5, bordering on a 6. Very different, very colorful. So we're talking 390 yards. I have 3 of them, and you can see that they are slightly different. And again, very woolly. You can tell it's wool, but Corriedale, it is very soft. It's woolly, but it's not biting me. It's very soft. How pretty. This might work up to be a nice cowl too. I would knit with this. I wouldn't crochet and condense this beautiful fiber that's meant to be aired. It's airy. It's lofty. If you crochet with it, it's gonna choke it. I mean, yeah, okay, you could do a big needle. However, it's not going to make that big of a project because it's going to be a yarn eater. So if you knit with it, it'll go a lot farther. And I think that it would make a really nice, cowl and hat set. That's my opinion. What would you do with this if you had it? Let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to talk to you on Sunday. Take a moment out of each day and be creative. Talk to you later. Bye for now.